today we'll be making Nevan's favourite wet food, and we call it Nevan's Pupper. It consists of 4 basic ingredients: mince, carrots, greens and rice. We're using 500 grams of turkey mince, but it could also be pork, beef or chicken. To this we'll add 500 grams of carrots or pumpkin. Next we'll be using greens. We love to grow rainbow chard or silver beet, but also you can use broccoli leaves, cabbage leaves and kale. And you'll need about 150 grams or so of this. Next you'll need 100 grams of rice. We're using basmati, but a healthy option would be brown. To start, let's peel and trim the carrots. Then we'll just be washing the greens to remove any insects or dirt. Next, put the leaves aside to drain. We'll be cutting the carrots in half and then lengthways and then boiling them. My favourite pot to use here is the double steamer, and you'll see why. Put the carrots into the bottom of the steamer. Ensure you cover the carrots with sufficient water. To the next level of the steamer, add the greens, remembering to break the stalks and tear the leaves. And in the top level, we'll be putting in the mince. We have, like I said, we have turkey mince, but it could have been chicken, beef or pork. But before we do this, I always like to give the pets a bit of a treat. They love to have a bit of a handful of the raw meat.
You want some turkey mince? Don't take my fingers.
Nevan's so gentle, he won't attack the cat when the cat has some food. Before we add the mince, I like to get a bit of grease-proof paper, crumple it up and place it in the top of the pot. Add the mince, don't forget to remove any packaging and place the lid on top. And cook for approximately 30 minutes. Whilst we're waiting for that, put that into the rice cooker. That'll take approximately 25 minutes to cook. The pot's been on for half an hour here, so we're just going to check the carrots and make sure they're tender. Grab a fork and stick it into the carrot. If you don't have any resistance, then the carrots are cooked enough and we can take the whole lot back to the sink.
Well, what we like to do is cool it down, but I'll start to separate the components, and I'll actually use the first or second pot as a strainer to strain the carrot and then to strain the spinach.
I like to retain the meat's natural oils or juices. Adds a bit of moisture to the overall wet food. Give it a good mix in the mixing bowl. Do this for a little while and then we'll just check on the rice, giving that a fluffing over with a fork. Then we can add the cooked rice to the meat and give it a good stirring together. Next step, now that the greens have cooled down sufficiently, we want to strain them. And then after that, strain the carrots. It's really important to make sure that the spinach has cooled down, because those greens will burn you. They've been boiling in water for 30 minutes. Next step is to mash the carrots up. I'm using a manual masher, but if you had a food processor, I suppose you could do that. But at the end of the day, I'm all about washing up less. Nevan's a small dog and he definitely does not like lumps, so I've got to make sure I mash that down to almost to a liquid state. This is fine.
The pot.
Mixing the carrot with the mince and with the rice. To the cooked spinach, we want to crunch it all up and get rid of all that excess water before we start chopping it up finely. I'm using one of our sharp knives here. Just chopping it one way and then the other way. Just again into fine pieces. Again, once you're happy with the texture, simply add it to the rest of the ingredients and give everything a thorough mixing together.
In the dog's container, we've got a special bowl for him, and refrigerate that, and it'll be his feed for this afternoon.
So you can see we've ended up with just above 1200 grams, which is 100 less than what we started off with. So you may ask, what is the cost of producing Nevan's Pupper and how does that compare to what's available on the market? Nevan's serving is about 160 grams, so that equates to $1.61 per share, and this compares favourably compared to both the log and canned food. Some of the other benefits you will receive are that there's no artificial preservatives and colourings, salt and sugar free, and most of all, you have a happy dog.
Is it time, Papa time?